It's election day 2022, so I wanted to come with some encouragement for us all. So, no matter what happens today, we sort of have an idea of where we're headed. So, if Democrats retain a lot of seats in Congress, then we can look forward with Democrats in control of Congress and the presidency. We can look forward to more radical spending, more radical ideologies being pushed. And if there is a red wave and many Republicans take seats in Congress, then we can look forward to a lot of accusations in mainstream media and from major institutions of voter suppression or other reasons why Democrats may have lost. And if Republicans do take seats in Congress and there is a red wave, we can look forward to maybe some investigations about COVID and governance since the days of COVID. So we sort of have an idea where we're headed either way, but I just wanted to encourage you that no matter what happens today with the elections and with Congress and with the gubernatorial races, the governorships of many states, that God is still in control. Christ is still king. God is still in the heavens. He does whatever he pleases, according to Psalm 115:3. Proverbs 21:1 talks about the king's heart is like a stream of water in the hands of God. He directs it wherever he pleases. So what that does not mean is that God approves of moral evil. So when rulers or politicians promote, push, or anything that's evil, that does not mean that God approves of that. However, it does mean that he's in control and that he can use it for good. We see that with the story of Moses in Exodus when he goes to confront Pharaoh and tells Pharaoh to let the Israelites go out of Egypt, out of slavery, and Pharaoh refuses. 5 times it says that God hardened Pharaoh's heart, and 5 times it says that Pharaoh hardened his own heart. So what that means is that God allowed Pharaoh to harden his heart, and then God delivered the 10 plagues, showed his power to Pharaoh. Pharaoh finally relented and let the Israelites go. And so God is in control. God is king. He's the one who decides what happens. And when he allows evil, it's for a good purpose. And obviously, when good things happen, then he uses those for good purpose as well. But either way, he's in control, no matter how the votes go today. And we can trust that he has good purposes. So, what does that mean for us? Well, in Romans 13, it talks about obeying authority. It says that rulers do not bear the sword for no reason, and that they're God's ministers for justice, and so you have no need to fear if you're obedient. But we're only obedient to a point up until we're asked to do something that's morally evil or opposed to God, at which point then we need to stand up for truth. So in those cases, then we need to obey God rather than man, as Peter says in the book of Acts. So what we want to do is, as Jesus said in Mark 12:17, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, give to God what is God's. So that means we stand up for truth. In this country, we have the freedom of speech, we have freedom of religion, and we have the ability to vote. So we can stand up for what is good and true and right. We can protect the innocent, such as children in the womb, and advocate for that. We can advocate for the protection of children from harmful ideologies, from harmful medical practices that could harm them for life. And so that's what we want to do: continue to be a voice of reason and truth in this world, continue to be obedient to God in the things that we say and the ways that we live, continue to be honorable and truthful, and push for justice, continue to be loving to other people even when we disagree. And that's our role, is to continue to push for things that are true and good. God's role is to rule, and we are our mandate is to trust him, that he knows what he's doing. So whatever happens today, whether Republicans win or lose, whether conservative values are being upheld and promoted, or whether radical and sinful agendas are being pushed, we can trust that God knows what he's doing, and he's going to take either good or evil and use it for good. And we just put our faith in Him. Thanks, and God's blessings to you today, and pray for our rulers and our politicians, and continue to trust God and be at peace. Thank you.